Battle Spirit Saga, huh? I heard they have tournaments with cash prizes. I'd like to give it a try. I wonder if anyone I know plays it.
Battle Spirit Saga? I know how to play.
You do?
Yup, I'll teach you.
Really? Thanks!
So, Battle Spirit Saga is a card game where you accumulate and use cores while sending your spirit cards to do battle with your opponent. The strategy involved with using your cores separates it from other card games. Anyway, I have a couple of demo decks used for tutorials, so let's play a game.
Great!
First, we'll need some of those cores I mentioned.
So this is a core.
Cores start out in the void outside the playing field. Whenever you need a new one during the game, that's where you'll grab it from. Next thing you'll need is a deck. Each deck has at least 50 cards in it. And there's 3 types of cards. Spirits that you summon to fight your opponent with, nexuses that you place on the field, and powerful magic cards with one-time use effects.
So the spirits do all the fighting and the other cards support them?
Yeah, and you can put up to 4 cards of the same name in your deck. Now, we'll start by shuffling each other's deck. Then, we'll set them in our deck areas. After that, you put 5 cores from the void into your life, and then put 3 cores of your soul into your reserve.
What's a soul core?
Soul cores are different from other cores and have all sorts of effects in the game, and each player only has one.
Got it. So if you knock out all your opponent's life cores, you win?
Right. Also, if you run out of cards in your deck and can't draw on your turn, you'll lose. So pay attention to that. It's time to create your opening hand. Do that by drawing 4 cards from your deck. Normally, we decide who goes first at this point, but since it's your first game, you can take the first turn.
Got it.
After deciding who goes first, you can choose to do a mulligan. That means if you don't like your hand, you can put it back and draw again, but you can only mulligan once.
This hand is mostly the same cards, so I think I'll mulligan.
When you mulligan, you put your first hand on the bottom of your deck, draw 4 new cards, then shuffle your deck again. I'm gonna keep my hand as it is. If you keep your opening hand, you get to draw an extra card.
Really? You could have told me that earlier.
My bad. Now we're ready to start. Game turns are divided into a sequence of several steps, as you can see on the left.
On the left. Whoa!
Each turn you'll go through every step from the start step to the end step. There's not much to do in the start step, so on to the core step, where you put a core from the void into your reserve. The player who goes first doesn't get a core step on their first turn though. Then comes the draw step. You draw a card from the top of your deck and add it to your hand. Next up is the refresh step. Here, you move the cores that are in your trash into the reserve and refresh all your exhausted spirits. Spirits are refreshed by rotating them from horizontal to vertical, and you exhaust them by rotating them from vertical to horizontal. Remember that.
Got it. But it's not like I can do any of that on my first turn, right?
Right. Now we're on to the main step. This is where you get to use cards from your hand and place and swap cores around.
Okay, I'll summon this Dragaron Captain that's in my hand.
Here's how you summon. First, you show the card and check its cost.
The number on the top left is the cost, huh? Looks like this one costs 3.
Right. You'll pay its cost with cores. You can move cores from your reserve or from cards on your field and place them into your trash to summon it.
Sweet, now it's on the field.
Hold on a second. You've got to put a core on that spirit.
Why?
Cores are a spirit's source of life, so you have to put at least as many cores on it as are shown next to the level 1 text, or it will die.
Oh, I get it.
By the way, some cards, like Nexuses, have 0 for their level 1 number. They can stay on the field without a core. You'll normally want to attack next, but the first player doesn't have an attack step on their first turn, so your Dragaron's going to have to sit tight.
Okay.
Then you'll go to your end step and pass the turn off to your opponent. Some effects that were active during your turn will reset during this step, so keep that in mind.
All right, then I guess my turn's over.
Okay, my turn. Start step. Core step. Since I'm going second, I put a core from the void into my reserve. Draw step. Not much for me to do on my first refresh step. Main step. I pay 4 cores from my reserve and place the Nexus Scorched Battlefield. Then, I'll summon the Spirit Rain Needle.
Huh? That costs 1. Aren't you going to pay?
Good eye. One of the cool things about Battle Spirit Saga are these reduction symbols.
What are those?
Reduction symbols are shown on the cards next to their cost. You can reduce the cost of the card you're summoning by as many matching colored symbols as you've got on the field, up to the amount of cost reduction symbols on your card.
Oh, I get it. So that's why you played it without paying a core.
Now we're on to the attack step. The second player is able to attack on their first turn, but I'll end the step without attacking. And with my end step, my turn is over.
Okay, now it's my turn. So start step, core step, and now I get to put a core from the void into my reserve this time too. Draw step, refresh step, any cores in my trash get returned to my reserve, right?
Correct.
Main step, I summon Dragnogard. It costs 3, but since I have a red symbol on the field, I only have to pay 2 cores.
Now, how about raising the spirit's level by placing cores on it? See those bits with level written on your spirit? That shows how many levels it has.
Looks like my Dragon Captain goes up to level 3. I'll put enough cores on it to make it level 2. So what happens when you level up a spirit?
First, its BP goes up with its level. BP are compared during battle, so it's a really important number. Oh, and with a higher level, sometimes your spirit will get new effects.
So giving spirit cores makes them stronger, huh? Attack step.
You should try attacking with your spirit this turn. To do that, exhaust it and declare you're attacking with it.
I attack with Dragon Captain.
If the attack goes through unblocked, you reduce your opponent's life. The player who is attacked has to move an amount of cores equal to the number of attacking spirits symbol from their life into their reserve. Going forward, you can use those cores to pay for stuff just like any other core. So getting hit actually means you can do more things.
Got it. End step. That's the end of my turn.
All right, my turn again. Start step, core step, draw step. Refresh step. Main step. I'll summon a Dragron Captain. It costs 3, but it has 2 reduction symbols I can use, so it ends up only costing me 1 to summon it. Then, I'll use the magic card Charge Draw. You pay magic card costs like any other card. The thing is, magic cards sometimes have multiple effects, so you have to declare which effect you'll use. This time, I'll be using the main effect at the top. Effects listed with this icon next to them can be used during your main step. When a magic card's effect resolves, you put the card into your trash.
So magic cards only get to be used once.
Exactly. Attack step. Time for my counterattack. I attack with Rain Needle.
Seriously? I don't want to lose life.
In that case, you'll want to block with a spirit you've got on the field. Pick a refreshed spirit and exhaust it. Then declare it as your blocker.
I'll block with Dragnogard then.
When you block, a battle between spirits happens. That's when you compare BP, like I mentioned earlier.
And the higher BP wins, right? What if their BP is the same?
If they've got the same BP, they both get destroyed. By the way, my Rain Needle gains 1000 BP from the scorched battlefield I have on my field, so it has 2000 BP total.
Then it looks like my Dragnogard loses. What happens to a destroyed spirit?
When a spirit is destroyed, you put its core into your reserve and put the spirit card into your trash.
Oh, okay, I get it.
End step. And that's it for my turn.
Okay, I'm up again. Start step, core step, draw step, refresh step, main step. Now I'm going to summon a Dragon Captain. Then I'll summon another Dragon Captain. I'll move the 2 cores I need for them. Attack step. I'll attack with Dragon Captain.
I'll block with my Dragron Captain. Okay, let me explain flash windows. Flash windows are opportunities before and after a block where you can announce a surprise attack. And both players get a chance to use their flash effects.
Ah, so you can use these cards during your opponent's turn too.
I'll start by using Charge Draw. I used its main effect last time, but this time I'm using its flash effect. My blocking Dragron Captain gains 2000 BP.
Seriously? I attacked and lost anyway? Wow, flash effects are scary.
You can use flash effects to totally turn things around, so it's one of the deeper strategic elements.
Oh, I get it. Well, I guess I'll stop my attacks and end my turn.
All right, I'm up now. Start step, core step, draw step, refresh step, main step. Well, I have one last thing left to teach you. There's one other type of effect besides flashes that you can use to get back a win. Burst. Now I'm perfectly set up.
So that card you set face down is a burst card?
Yeah, that's right. You can place one burst card face down from your hand onto the burst area in front of your life during your turn.
And how do you use that card?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough.
Oh boy.
Next, I'll summon 4 Dragno guards.
That's a lot. But I've got enough of my own to block them. I think I can manage.
Attack step. I attack with Rain Needle. Are you going to use any flash effects?
Nope.
Me neither. If neither of us uses a flash, it's time for you to declare a block.
Then I'll block with Dragron Captain.
There's a second flash window after blocking, so let's settle that.
I won't use a flash effect.
Me neither.
All right, my Dragron Captain has higher BP, so I win the battle.
And now, I activate my burst card!
You what?
So, burst cards get activated when their conditions are met. This card's condition is, when opponent destroys your spirit. And since you destroyed my spirit, I get to use it. You can use burst cards without paying their costs, so that gives them a huge strategic significance. Anyway, I use my burst effect to destroy your Dragron Captain.
Wow, so they require certain conditions to be met, but you don't have to pay to activate them. Burst cards are pretty strong.
I think I've got this one in the bag if I attack with my entire field.
I don't have any flash cards, so I lose. That's no fair. You should have explained that stuff before you use it on me.
Oh? Wanna play again? After learning all the steps with that demo deck, you should be able to pick up one of the starter decks and play right away.
Wow, there's 4 of them, and each one's a different color. Battling with these cores seems pretty simple on the surface, but when you start one-upping your opponent with flash effects and those burst cards, the game really starts to get deep. I can't wait to show others how to play.
Yeah! Let's all start playing Battle Spirit Saga and enter that tournament!